It's July 8th, 2021. Today I start my training for the pilgrimage to Markella. I'm starting late this year. Normally by now I would be working close to going all the way to Chios and back. This is my first time walking up the mountain and my first exercise in over 6 months. And at my age, you don't want to do that. You don't want to fall out of shape and then have to get back to it, because a lot of people my age have heart attacks. And that's not out of the question, even though I am in excellent shape, even when I'm out of shape. I probably could run this, but I think my legs would be killing me about 5 minutes. So today I'm just going to walk up the mountain. But I'm going to ask you to join me in this year's pilgrimage. Last year I filmed it, but I didn't publish it anywhere. I'm halfway up the mountain. Halfway up the mountain. You can see Brondados. Nine hours to go. I just got to Flori. I don't know, it's very late. Out here all alone. I just passed 2 people. $3:30. Keftasasto Katavasi. Namukani ala 3 horas abodo. Now I am at my last stop. No, not my last stop. My next to last stop. This is where the legend passed me jogging last year. I don't know where he is. I just was with an old man, 62 years old, from Daskalopedra. He climbed Epos. In an hour and a half from the beach. Tried to give him a flashlight because his batteries ran out. He would not take my flashlight, even though it was a €1 flashlight I got from a gypsy. Damn good flashlight. He wouldn't take it. Tried to give it to him 5 times and he wouldn't take it. It's 5:30 in the morning and I'm entering Volissos. That's the castle of Volissos behind me. I'm entering Volissos at 5:30. I should get to Markella by 6:30. That means I will have beat last year's time by 2 hours. It's almost over. That's Markella behind me. It's almost over. That's Markella behind me. And Psara Island behind that. This is the place where the saint was martyred. I'm going to ask you to join me this year in my pilgrimage. Google Maps says it's 45 kilometers, but I just saw a sign down below that said 35 kilometers to Volissos. Google Maps says it's 45 kilometers. I trust Google Maps, but I don't know, we are on a small Greek island, so maybe Google hasn't mapped it properly. Anyway, I'm going to ask you to join me on this journey this year and to help me to launch my NGO. I'm going to ask you to sponsor my walk, my 45-kilometer walk, by donating roughly €2 per kilometer. It's an all-night vigil walk. Okay? You start at night, at sundown, because it's too hot to do it during the day. It's too hot. You could die of heat exhaustion. However, at night it's much more accomplishable. So people do it at night. It's dangerous. You have to have flashlights and some safety gear if you're smart. A little bit of water. There's a lot of people along the way that give out water and stuff like that. I've done it 2 years in a row. So this isn't the first time I'm doing it. And I did it the last 2 years in a row. And last year I started from the bottom of the mountain. And I also ran a good portion of it. I ran. I didn't just walk. So I basically cut an hour off of my journey. I added distance though, so it ended up taking me the same amount of time as the year before. But this year, I'm going to ask you to join me in the journey by donating €2 per kilometer for €100. Basically €100 donation to give me support to help me do it this year. The reason we do it is in honor of a Greek saint, Saint Markella. We walked to her monastery to the point of her martyrdom where she died. And last year my mother was having surgery at that time, and my mother's name is Markella. My mom has two names, in case you didn't know. And one of her names is Markella. And so I went there ahead of time and made a prayer and then did the walk. Once again this year there's a family catastrophe, and I will be doing it with a purpose other than to raise money for the NGO. But I'm also going to be trying to raise money for the NGO at the same time. So I hope that you'll donate €2 per kilometer. So basically I'm asking you to donate €100. With that donation I will include you on the founder's stone of the organization, which will be immortalized with the organization for as long as the organization exists. So you'll be a founding donor, and you also have sponsored me and supported me in this walk, which is great. I don't have a battery, and don't have the ability to live stream it, so I'll just have to record it and post it when I get home the next morning. Behind me here you can see what they call the camini. I think where they were making coal from wood. Charcoal. This is the camini. I'm basically filming this for my dad to see. He probably used to steal figs from this tree here. And you can see up the mountain. I think there's a fire, because I heard a lot of fire engines this morning, and I see police cars going up Epos today. So I think there's a fire. It was very windy. Anyway, I just want to remind everybody that my organization is not specifically for refugees. It will help with the migration crisis. It's a project for humanity, starting in Greece with a focus on employment, intentions to expand way beyond that to all over the world. Future expansion markets will include Thessaloniki after Athens, probably Mytilene, maybe Chios and Samos, and then into Turkey, in Izmir, Smyrna, and maybe I have to research a little bit more, but probably Istanbul, Constantinople, and also Italy. I have to research a little bit more about what cities to set up in Italy, maybe in Lampedusa, also probably in some major cities, and then after that Spain and Syria. That's my plan. And then after that, the markets further north in the United States, and then Venezuela. Hopefully there'll be a different government. Venezuela, Colombia, South America, Central America. One of the big goals of this project is to mitigate the immigration crisis by making the situation better in the countries that migrants start from. It's a big ask. It's a big leap. It's a big goal. No doubt about it. But this is the rest of my life we're talking about, and I want to make an impact on the world, and I'm going to start with this project. Also, homeless, mentally ill, ex-convicts, helping people a second chance at life, mentally ill, disabled, helping people get their dignity back by giving them jobs and letting them show that they can still add value to society and to their own sense of worth, and give them a little boost that they need. So, this is a big idea. So don't pigeonhole me and say this is about refugees and Marcos is in love with refugees, because I care about people who need help. You need help? I'm helping you. That's what it's about. Understand? All kinds of people ask me for help in my life. I hardly ever turned any down. And when I did, I felt guilty about it. When I said, I'm sorry, my friend, I don't have any money, I really didn't have any money in my pocket. And I felt guilty about it. About not helping that person. So I'm a little bit cut from a little bit of a different cloth.